Welcome to Dailyish Devotionals with Pastor Brian. Today's April 10th, Friday. And some people have talked about how this live streaming and this daily video thing has gone to my head, and I don't really understand what they're talking about. I don't get it. Okay. I have to go help out the funeral home this afternoon, so I need this morning, so I need to quick get dressed, and I thought I'd spruce it up. I thought maybe also a suit and a tie and a man begging for chocolate chip cookies from his favorite aunt in Minnesota in a suit and a tie would get it done. I mean, it's been a week since my birthday. I figured I'd give it a week possible. They got lost in the mail. Desperate postal worker decided to eat some. The longer it goes, the more I think they're just not coming. And I don't know. I don't know if Monday can happen, Dailyish Devotionals, without those chocolate chip cookies. So, favorite aunt in Minnesota, help a brother out. I thought this cartoon was funny. I believe it's a ripoff on the Far Side. It might even be a Far Side cartoon. Far Side, one of the greatest cartoons ever. It just made me chuckle when I saw that picture. Even Alex stepped in here, and he had to laugh. Today is Good Friday, and hopefully behind me you see a picture of maybe a representation of the kind of tomb that Jesus was put in on this Good Friday and spent Saturday in there with kind of the stone door rolled shut. I'm guessing it's a fairly historical representation. I didn't do a lot of digging to look, but it would give us an idea with the stone door shut. It's easy with the times that we're in to connect it with Friday and then Holy Saturday, Good Friday and Holy Saturday. Because that quote on the right from Max Lucado has to be what the disciples were feeling, right? Did they have faith? Did they really think the journey was over? Did any of them contemplate the many times just talked about being dead and buried and then rising again? I don't know. We know they were scared. We do know they will talk in the sermon on Sunday, Facebook Live, 10 a.m. Sunday morning, about the couple disciples running to the tomb, and one commentator arguing that you don't run in anticipation if you don't have any faith. So, I don't know, but it had to be kind of the same situation we're in now, right? What has life thrown at us? This is a curveball we did not expect. A curveball we probably don't like. Yet faith is a conviction that God knows more than we do about life, and He will get us through it. God's still in control. It seems the more I learn about faith, the more I learn about prayer, whether it's through these daily devotionals or just some of my own study and thinking. It's not so much getting what we want or lamenting how we don't have what we want, we don't think we have what we need, but it's more and more aligning ourselves with what God wants us to have. And aligning ourselves and getting ourselves out of the way. And saying, okay, I don't understand this, I don't know why, but deep down I know God is in control and God's going to get me through it. Again, it's not the genie with the three wishes. It's been pounded home. It might be a lesson I don't learn very well because it seems to keep coming back to me. So if it appears that I repeat myself a lot with that lesson, it's probably because I'm not very smart. I need it to repeat it to me a lot too. Well, guess what today's daily devotion was about? It's funny. I was trying to pick one from this book, and remember how I talked about my disdain for little daily devotional books? I had a hard time finding one because I liked a bit of them, every bit of them that I read. There was always a little nugget of wisdom that I really enjoyed in each one. So maybe those daily devotional books aren't so bad. The title of this one from Mr. Hutchcraft and his Searcher Trip with a Full Tank, Accident or Assignment. And he starts it off giving us an example of when life was thrown into turmoil for him, delayed plane, landing in the wrong city. And I don't think we need to imagine life being thrown into turmoil very much, because I think all of our lives have been disrupted in some point. So he asks us, what is our perspective? Is this an accident or is it an assignment? An interesting way to look at something. He takes his Bible verse from the Old Testament book of Nahum. You all could point to where Nahum is. We've all read it. I know it's in the Old Testament. It's probably, honestly, about all I could tell you. Not a book that we're used to talking about around the breakfast table or the fellowship table. But in chapter 1, verse 3, there is a great verse. His, meaning God's way, is in the whirlwind and the storm. God's way is in the whirlwind and the storm. An interesting thought with the times that we live in now. God is in the whirlwind and the storm. When a storm is going on, everything is out of control and everybody's plans change. But I believe God had this in mind all the time. Even when things appear out of control, they are under control. God's control. Even when things appear out of control, they are under control. God's control. I don't remember if it was yesterday or it wouldn't have been yesterday or the Tenor service, but it was Wednesday or Tuesday when he had this quote, "This is the day the Lord has made. Not the weather, your boss, your kids, the doctor, or the bank, or anything out of control made this day. This is the day the Lord has made." David shares another great perspective in Psalm 16. He says, "Lord, you have assigned to me my portion and my cup. You have made my lot secure. The boundary lines have fallen for me in pleasant places. Surely I have delighted in inheritance." Whatever comes into my life today is not an accident. It's an assignment. Your day is an act of God. Instead of griping over a situation, look for the Lord in it. God is having God's way in the storm, so celebrate wherever you are today. Celebrate may be taking it too far, huh? There are some days you just can't celebrate the situation that you're in. But what if, instead of wasting energy, because we only have so much energy in a day, assigning blame or criticizing or complaining about where we are in life, we decide to say, all right, God, today really stinks, but I'm going to find you in this day somewhere. And then we spent our energy instead looking for God during our day, the unexpected, the little blessings. How do you think our perspective on that day would change? I'd find that challenging, honestly. I'm real good at criticizing. This is how you should have did it, or that's not the way I would have did it, or why didn't you do it this way? I'm really good too at complaining sometimes. You get to the woe is me attitude I think I've talked about. We've probably all been there. But what if instead we find ourselves doing that? When we get up in the morning and we're going to fill our spiritual tanks with just a quick connection in with God, whether it's a 5-minute prayer, time of silence, whatever, we said, all right, today can really suck, but I'm going to look for you today, God. I'm going to try to find you in this day. Maybe if we can take it a step further, we can say, you know, I'm going to find you, and I'm also going to find a way I can make a difference in someone else's life today. I may be stuck in a real crappy situation. What little thing can I do to help someone else out? I'll bet I know that if we did that, if I did that, our days would be different. They could still be crappy, but I bet we'd find little rays of sunshine in very unexpected places. So I leave you with that challenge. As you're going to fill your spiritual tank up each morning, I hope you all take the time to at least spend 5 minutes prayer, giving things to God, saying, God, what do you need me to do today? And if you know it's just going to be you find yourself in a rotten situation, instead of complaining and griping, Lord, where can I find you in this today? Hope to see you Sunday morning, 10 a.m., our Easter celebration. Remember the window Easter egg hunt. Hopefully you got the email or seen it on Facebook. If you didn't, get a hold of me somehow, I can send you that. Pastor Martha from First Presbyterian in Neola had a great idea to put some Easter eggs up Easter morning decorated. So please look for that and participate. Thank you, and look forward to the resurrection on Sunday.